Dr. Benita Rattan. I'm a doctor, but I'm also a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of color. So my whole family in India have asked me to do a round 2 of Be Minimalist. So this is an update of all their newer products. As you know, none of my videos have ever been sponsored and they will never be sponsored. This is purely a reference library for my skin of color family globally, so they know what to purchase and what to avoid. If that sounds good to you, give me a thumbs up. Let's dive right in. Okay, so starting off with their first product, which is the Salicylic Plus LHA 2% Face Cleanser. So the first ingredient is water. So it's really important that you all know how to read your inky list. So any product that you purchase, like for example, the Dr. V Insinkable Mineral Sunscreen SPF 50 for skin of color, you look at the back and you'll see the ingredients. So this is, for example, the box. The ingredients list is at the back. Now the ingredients list is in descending order. This means that the ingredients at the top have the highest percentage, and as you go down, the percentage decreases. So as a formulator, I'll have a rough idea of what percentage they're using of different ingredients, just because I'm a formulator and they've literally written in descending order, so it's very easy to guesstimate what we're looking at. Right, so here we've got the first ingredient is water, which is absolutely normal for a face cleanser. The second ingredient here is glycerin. This is important actually because glycerin is a humectant, it's a water magnet, it holds water in the top layer of skin. Now this is a salicylic acid BHA cleanser, which can be drying to the skin. So actually that's a great second ingredient to put in your cleanser. Then they've used cocamidol propyl betaine, which is a very gentle surfactant. It's usually used as a secondary surfactant in order to get that luxury foam experience. And they've used sodium lauryl methyl cethionate as their primary surfactant, which is also quite gentle, so I like that. Here they've used their signature xylitol. So this is basically a sugar alcohol. It's long chain. It does help to strengthen the skin barrier. When you've watched enough of my videos, you will recognize the cosmetic formulator signature thumbprint that they put on their products. So for example, in my laboratory, for me, I use vast quantities of niacinamide, octadecanoic acid, kojic dipalmitate, etc. And you'll see these ingredients, retinaldehyde, in all my products. This means that in my factory, I will purchase 50 kg drums of ingredients, and then I'll put those ingredients in everything. The cosmetic formulator has a love and affinity for certain ingredients, and you'll see those ingredients in all their products. And this is one of the signatures actually for Be Minimalist, is that they use xylitol in a huge percentage of their products, and it's a great ingredient to use. I love it, and I feel like I would really get on well with Be Minimalist cosmetic formulator. I also love that they've used anti-inflammatories in this. My favorite ones, again, panthenol and allantoin. So for me, this is an excellent exfoliator for skin of color if you have acne, and I would recommend it. This is a Dr. V approved product. Okay, so the next product is their Hair Growth Actives 18%. So they've used acetyl tetrapeptide. I don't know the exact percentage because what they've done is blended it with red clover, and so all we've got are the manufacturer's studies on this. We don't have independent studies on this, but the manufacturer's studies have shown that it strengthens the extracellular matrix to help basically anchor hair. Red clover also inhibits DHT, which is the main hormone leading to male pattern baldness. They've also used 3% Redenzal, which is a green tea extract. It's a complex and it's an antioxidant. It's recommended to keep it in the fridge actually once it's been opened, so that's something that you might want to do with this product. I love that it's biodegradable and actually really impressive clinical study results. I may actually use this in one of my future formulations. I'm actually that impressed with this ingredient, so this one I love. The next ingredient they used is Procapil, which helps to prevent the effect of DHT on the hair follicle, plus it increases blood flow to the scalp. They've also used the ingredient Bicapil, which helps to increase the amount of time in the anagen growth phase, and the length of time you're in the anagen growth phase, it determines the length of your hair. I'm honestly so impressed with this formula. I would definitely purchase it myself, and I would definitely recommend it to my Skin of Colour family. So this one's a buy. The next product is retinol 0.3% plus Q10. So I love that the percentage is less than 0.5%. I always say for Skin of Colour, opt for less 0.5% or less of retinol, just because it's an alcohol. It's irritating to the skin. And at higher percentages, you're likely to get sensitivity, flaking, damage to the skin barrier, which is then going to mean when you try and put other actives on the skin, you're just inflaming the skin. And what is the worst thing for Skin of Colour is inflammation. We need to do everything we can to avoid inflammation, because inflammation equals pigmentation for Skin of Colour. Our melanocytes are large. Those are cells that produce the pigment melanin, and they are easily triggered. As you all know by now, one scratch, one bite, or one burn leads to pigmentation. This is the reason why the vast majority of skincare on the market isn't suitable for Skin of Colour, because we need to avoid inflammation. I quite like the packaging. They have thought about it and they've put it into an opaque bottle, which means light can't hit it. However, if they could go one step further and put it into an airless pump, it would be better, because it is an antioxidant. That means it oxidizes in oxygen. So you want to remove the oxygen from the product. I like that they tried to stabilize it with ubiquinone, vitamin E and BHT. So that's excellent. Don't forget that with an antioxidant, it is very unstable. You want to use antioxidants in combination to stabilize the product, because there's no light that goes off to tell you, oh, this product has now been oxidized, it's no longer effective. So it's really, the onus is on us to be educated and to know if a product is likely to work or not. That's really what this whole channel is about. So the retinol is NAFE safe and it's a Dr. V approved product. Moving on to the next product, which is tranexamic acid. It's an excellent formula. Let's start off with this first, actually. If you're in India and you have hyperpigmentation, this is the first product I would recommend you purchase. Try it for a good 3 to 6 months to see if you see a reduction in pigmentation, because it's an effective monotherapy ingredient for pigmentation for Skin of Colour. If after 3 to 6 months you haven't seen a reduction with the tranexamic acid, then it means that you need to upgrade to a cocktail of tyrosinase inhibitors. Those are the ingredients that slow down the rate of melanin production from the melanocyte. So I'm sure you already know this, but in the Dr. V facial pigmentation kit, the world's first pigmentation kit for Skin of Colour, had 8 to 10 tyrosinase inhibitors in it, and same with the Dark Circles kit for Skin of Colour, the Dr. V Dark Circles kit. So you don't start with these kits. These kits are expensive. You start with monotherapy. You start with cheaper products, and if you see results with that, then you don't need anything stronger. So I really like the tranexamic acid from Be Minimalist. So what I like about it is they've combined tranexamic acid plus mandelic acid. So it means it's helping to exfoliate while it's reducing pigmentation from the melanocyte. When you're using this in product, it's essential that you wear your SPF 50. And I always prefer mineral over chemical sunscreens. Mineral sunscreens are zinc oxide sunscreens. You go for SPF 50 and go for maximum UVA protection. That's PA with 4 pluses. So here we've got Inzinkable, which is the world's first mineral sunscreen, 100% mineral sunscreen for Skin of Colour, no white cast, SPF 50, PA 4 pluses. Could I be more proud of this product? But basically, this is also anti-inflammatory. Zinc oxide is anti-inflammatory, which is also important for Skin of Colour, because what are we always trying to do? Reduce inflammation. And currently, as we speak, we are talking to Nykaa about getting Inzinkable onto Nykaa's website so that my whole global Skin of Colour family in India have access to, which would just make me so happy. If you don't already know, we did a clinical study on Inzinkable on 51 candidates, and 73% of them saw a reduction in pigmentation from switching from their current SPF 50 to Inzinkable, because we added Melashield. Melashield is a UV stable tyrosinase inhibitor, so it's slowing down melanin production throughout the day. The next product is PHA 3% biotic toner. So this is more gentle than glycolic acid, which is important for skin of color. They included niacinamide, which is a great skin brightening ingredient, and it also controls sebum production. They use humectants, glycerin, and sodium hyaluronate, which I love as well because that traps water in the top layer of skin as a water magnet. They've used anti-inflammatories, so allantoin plus panthenol, which is essential for skin of color, and they use their signature xylitol plus xylitol glucoside, which are moisturizers. So you can see it's the same cosmetic formulator, you know, making all of this for Be Minimalist. For me, this is definitely a buy it product. This is a Dr. V approved product. I would, however, say it's more of an exfoliator than a toner. So I know they say that you can use this daily, but I would probably recommend this not more than twice a week. Because it is still an acid, it is still exfoliating the top layer of skin. So that would be my recommendation with that product. Don't forget, I'm in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every single video. So hit that notification bell so that I can answer your questions. Don't forget to download your free guide for skin of color down below. Follow me on Instagram, Dr. Vanita Rattan, Skincare by Dr. V, and also TikTok, which is Dr. Vanita Rattan. And now I've just created a Facebook group, a private Facebook group for my Dr. V Inky Hackers. It's called Dr. V Inky Hackers, and it's just a safe space for us to talk about our skincare concerns. You can add your photos and we can all help each other. I just realized that this channel has become very big very fast. I think we've had 25 million views on this channel so far, and a lot of us are now educated in skincare for skin of color, and it'd be so great if we could come together and help each other. That would, you know, be one of my #1 dreams ticked off. So thank you very much for following, and don't forget to let me know what other videos you want me to make for you. Take care. Bye.